All right, so we're back on the red carpet with Haylie Duff, the star of the movie. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. So I got to ask you, what did you think about this role coming into the sequel? And it's a different take. I mean, I don't think this is anything a woman could ever prepare themselves for. That,
Certainly not.
right, that your husband who just passed and then the mother-in-law to be, well, who already was, is now suing you for custody. How did you really prep for this role? There had to be like a huge emotional roller coaster coming to this.
You know, I think going into the sequel, first of all, it's such a special thing to get to continue telling a story like this, especially so many years later. I don't think any of us thought we would get to do this, so we were so excited to get to come back for another one. But especially the blend of like drama and comedy in this makes us really unique.
Yeah.
And as a woman and also as a mom, I have two kids of my own.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Elizabeth's story and I think like what a difficult position to find yourself in.
Right.
But also I look at the positive side of it too, and I think she's so lucky. She finds herself surrounded by like so many amazing people in this story, and she finds like this crazy guy. Like she finds love and support from people that she didn't expect. And I think that the first movie ended with this really happily ever after moment.
Right.
And then we find her years later sort of in like the worst moment. She should be in the happiest place of her life having her first baby, and then she finds herself in like the worst possible situation. And I think this is just a reminder to us that we need to rely on our family and our friends to get us through those tough times, and that you never really know who's going to like step to the forefront and be there for you.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%. I mean, I love the fact that if you want to do an analogy, COVID played the same part where at the end of the day, we have to really realize how important our family and friends are. And in this movie, your friends from Quinton, who played a florist, who owned, he came to your rescue, and everybody else has showed love. And sometimes you have to go back home to appreciate what home was all about. What do you think about that?
In the pandemic, in the middle of the pandemic, I moved home to Austin. I moved back to Texas, and I feel like we do tend to do that sometimes when things are difficult or things are hard, as we go back to those like little comfortable places, And I love Quinton's character so much because he comes out of nowhere in this story, and he's her friend from high school, and he ends up being this extremely important person in her life, getting her through the most difficult thing she'll probably ever go through, and she never would have guessed in a million years it would be him.
Yep. And I agree with you on that. Guys, take it from me. Not only did she kill this role, but you definitely played a part that I think a lot of people go look up to you, because there's always hope at the end of the rainbow, and I think this movie's going to show that, and I think everybody out there is going to love it when it comes out on June 14th. So guys, yes, of course, and this is Haylie Duff right now on the wedding pack here on the red carpet on FaceTime with Todd Wharton.